Still in the United States, Global Affairs Analyst Sam Phatey joins me now to talk about the U.S. Democratic debate. Thank you very much, Sam, for joining in at this point. So what did you think? Unlike President Trump, who said he wouldn't watch, did you, and did all the content fit in with your expectations?
Well, I think the part that nobody expected was how the front runners, especially Biden and Warren and Sanders, clashed over healthcare. Most people initially expected that this was going to be focused on demoralizing President Trump and proving to others who is best to challenge him head on in any debate, knowing the kind of person Trump is. But it was good, surprisingly good, that they had a clash over the healthcare bill. Now, of course, Biden is trying to look at the good side of the Obama administration, and then he's trying to stay realistic with what they can achieve when it comes to passing any legislation concerning healthcare. Healthcare and taxes are probably the two toughest legislations to pass, and gun control. The three toughest legislations to do anything within the United States. And the Obama administration did something with it with the Obamacare. So Biden is trying to see how realistic they can be. I think when it comes to universal health care, yes, in America, we all say it's a fundamental human right. And as rich as this country is, as much as we spend in the military, we should be able to provide affordable health care or free health care or universal health care for every citizen or for everybody in this country. But again, that is not something that can be realistically achieved. You look at it from quickly, when I look at it from the corporate perspective of or the corporate standpoint, it may hurt not the jobs, but it may hurt some of the wages, like what Amazon did. They increase space but take away the bonds and stocks of their associates. So there are certain things to look into and be realistic with the healthcare plans that they have.
And talking about the issue of curbing gun violence that has sharply risen in the U.S., it was also a topical issue last night. So do you think government should consider a compulsory buyback policy for all gun owners, or should it be on a voluntary basis?
America is built on guns. In fact, there are laws in the Constitution which allow citizens to form militias in order to protect themselves, including not just against external enemies, but including against the government. Now, can we take away guns away from America? I do not believe so. I don't think so. But can we pass significant legislations that would take control of assault rifles and military-style guns? I think that would be a significant legislation, but it will be a legislation that is hard to pass. This country is absolutely divided on guns. I mean, if you go into what they call red states, we're talking about states like Kentucky and Tennessee and Georgia, you find people that says, no, you are not going to take our AR-15s away. And AR-15s can be modified to become fully automatic. And then you have people that say, look, I support the Second Amendment. I support the right to gun ownership to protect myself and my family, but I do not support that people can have access to assault rifles like AR-15s. Now, what the candidates are also trying to do, when you talk about guns, that's why Beto O'Rourke got the biggest share of the night, is that people are really afraid to say, I will take your AR-15. He did that. But at the same time, these candidates are also trying to get the black votes and the Latino votes. These votes are critical in them winning critical states like Pennsylvania and in trying to turn states like Florida to red.
And then, well, let's just move to the light side now, if I may. Looking at the picture Joe Biden cut across to you, I don't know if you picked the comments of President Trump on Joe Biden, cutting the picture of him being weak. Is that how you see the Democrat candidate hopeful?
Joe Biden is nothing close to weak. He is far from it. But if you know President Trump, that was what he tried to do with Hillary, try to portray her as a big person. And one of the main reasons why Joe Biden may likely win the Democratic nomination is Democrats are not just looking at policy. I mean, you see Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren coming up with these great plans and these great policies, but they are also looking for somebody who can truly stand face to face with Donald Trump and beat him. 52% of Democrats are not looking like you would expect people like Beto O'Rourke or Pete Buttigieg to be some of the front runners. I mean, they are young, they are fresh faces, they are energetic. But Americans are telling us, no, this is not the Obama era. We're not coming into 2008 where we just want bright ideas from young people. We want somebody who can face Trump and beat him. And then they feel 52% of the people are leaning towards Joe Biden for that. So you can see he has the likelihood to win because he knows how to rebut people like Trump. I mean, he did it in 2008. So they feel he's probably the best person to face him. He's really a strong guy. I mean, in fact, just to take you back a little bit here, one of the most important critical gun regulatory laws that was passed in the United States in about 1994, he was the one that led that bill. He sponsored it, and which declared universal background checks before you buy a gun. So he is really, if he can achieve that, I think he's obviously capable of facing China, Russia, or any other state. Right.
Right. And talking about the U.S.-China war, many candidates, including Biden, also talked about the kind of strategy the American president has with so far. That will also be a key argument if Biden indeed wins the ticket and has to spar with President Trump on this issue. How do you think that will be? Who will require more convincing to the American nation?
I think here is what they're going to play politics. What Trump wants to show is that I can stand up to China. And what Biden will do is, no, you don't have to worry about China and affected businesses and the farmers. You need to worry about Russia. And now, like, he's going to portray Trump like you are a puppet for him. Well, and forget don't mess with our business and our economy. You're going to bankrupt the nation. However, I think Trump is going to show that, look, if they put tariffs, I'm going to increase the tariffs. Yes, I am ready to face those challenges and I will have a trade war. And Biden, what he would end up doing clearly is, I am going to repeal every executive order that you passed regarding this trade war. And of course, you can see the other candidates may look a little bit weaker when they say that they are not going to repeal from day one all of Trump's executive orders on the trade war with China. They said they will go back to the negotiating table. I think people will lean towards anybody who says that, look, I am going to repeal everything that Trump did, then I will go back to the negotiation table.
All right.
They want Trump.
Phatey, thank you so much for your contributions on TVC News.